when you were a teenager, you've been expelled from a couple of schools. You were in a bit of trouble with the police. You mentioned shoplifting already. And you were then sent to a boys' home in North Wales. How would you describe yourself at that time?
Get out of my way. I need to go. I need to get into the tuck shop. I need to go to Mike Hart.
Mike Hart, yes. We found him,
yeah.
Mike Hart, who's still a friend of yours. Mike, you were a carer at that boys' home.
Indeed.
What was he like? Was he go?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me tell you something about this gentleman here. Even at 12 and 13 years old, he had a deerstalker hat with a dog's tooth hacking jacket.
You can tell them that I also smoked a pipe while I was there.
Yes, you did.
But you were also learning at that time, and I know that you learned your swagger from a young lad who was a friend of yours. Got a picture of him. Do you remember...
Timmy Bryan?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Remember Timmy Bryan?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you went your way, he went his. You've always wondered what happened to him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, he's been dying to see you for the last 20 years. We've found him. He's here now. Your best friend from those days, Tim Bryan.
Oh, man. Wow, look at this guy here. Oh, that's it. Oh, man. Unbelievable. That's it, man. Come on. I'm, you know, sitting down, I can remember sitting down and watching you. I can remember this. You know, 13-year-old, and
yeah.
all those things, I suppose, in a particular way inspired me, especially the swagger.
Yeah.
And you could have a fight.
Yes.
You could have a fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we fought, what, once or twice?
Yeah, we fought once and you broke my wrist.
Did I? Yes, you did. Oh, man.
But
Yeah,
you
man.
used to get up to all sorts of things together, didn't you?
Yeah.
You used to go and watch Kung Fu movies.
Yes.
Yeah. And that got you in trouble one night.
Yes, it did, yes.
Yeah.
Remember that night?
No.
You want me to remind you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris has got a habit of doing that when he fights.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So we go out one night to the picture house. No, praying mantis.
Okay, this one, yeah.
So we go, yes, so we go to the picture house now, and we watch this martial arts film, so we're all hyped up. We goes out into the foyer. Chris sees 4 skinheads. So he wants to do that to 4 skinheads. So I said, well, yes, Chris, come on, wow, come on, let's get it on down. So we fly into the skinheads, goes outside, there's 50 of them waiting for us. Yeah.
All right, then. Are you going to walk that walk now?
I'm not going to walk the walk. No.
Go on,
I'll walk my walk, Chris. Let's walk the walk.
Come on, then. Together.
How do we do this? What do we do? Okay. Well, let me see how you do this.
No! Thank you, Tim Bryan! Well, more surprises to come in part 2 of the Chris Eubank story, a man who really can strut his stuff inside the ring and on the catwalk. Welcome back to Star Live. Tonight, it's the Chris Eubank story.
He wants to play. He's a good man. We all love him. He's cool. He's cool. He's got personality, character, charisma, everything.
Chris is a really good friend of ours here. He does such an amazing amount of work for us, and I'd really just like to say thank you very much.
Well, as a teacher, I wanted to discourage Chris from being a boxer, but he was determined to be a boxer.
Well, we saw and heard from your friends at Brighton Hospital there. You obviously love children.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, my children are your children are my children. That's my take on that, yeah.
But you had an unsettled childhood yourself, didn't you? Because your mum moved away to New York.
Yeah.
And eventually your dad sent you to live in New York with your mum when you were 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think going through so much when you were young has helped you when you were, because I know you've described yourself as being quite lonely when you were a boxer. Do you think it helped you?
All this hardship, or
Yes.
what I suppose most people would refer to as hardship, of course, yes. I mean, if you're already down and there's no more ground to go underneath, I mean, there's only one way to go, which is up.
As in every career, you won the World Championship in 1990, but very soon after you had a bad time, particularly when you fought Michael Watson, and that was a tragic fight. You nearly quit at that time, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't,
Yeah.
it's the only job of work I knew.
But it affected you, didn't it?
It did for about 5 years. And then, even though that'll always affect me, you're thinking about his mummy, you see. He has a mother, I mean, you know, and it's the, you know, obviously for himself as well, but, you know, thinking of the effect it would have and must have had on the mother, and obviously himself being a, you know, a man with a fabulous future, you know, endless possibilities before him, and for this accident or mishap to happen, and when you're in touch with your human being, it does affect you, and it affects you in the negative.
But you didn't just think about his family, and I know you don't like to talk about it, and you haven't talked about it, but you also helped them financially. Shows the manner of the man that you are, I'm sure. Now, we have a couple of cousins of yours in the audience, and one of them, and not many people know this, is gold medalist Diane Medal. Now, you've had hard times yourself, Diane, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
You were accused of taking performance-enhancing drugs, which you were cleared of years later, but who was the first person to stand up for you publicly?
Well, Chris was one of the first people to publicly come out and support me, and he actually said that there was no way any cousin of his would have done something like that. And at the time, considering what emotional turmoil I was going through, it was such fantastic support, it really was.
Well, you have another cousin, your chart-topping cousin here, Misha Paris.
Yeah. We were friends for a while, and all that time we never knew that we were related. It was a shock. It happened a few years ago. My grandmother just turned around one day and said, yeah, you know you are related to Chris, just casually. And I was like, what? I just couldn't believe it, because we were friends before anyway, so it's just brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Diane and Misha.